In this video, I am going to kind of walk you through a Twitter chat. As I participate a little bit, you can see that it is now 6:57, and in 3 minutes, we will actually start the Twitter chat. I already have my 3 columns set up, and you'll notice that if you watch the last video, then you should have your setup with whatever chat that you are going to participate in. You'll have your hashtag in one column. You'll have your moderators in another column. Make sure if you haven't asked that you tweet out a question. Who are the moderators in ed chat, hashtag ed chat, or whatever chat you're participating in? So then you can get that column set up. Also have your notifications column set up, because here they come. People have started looking at things that I've done. Actually, this was 11 days ago, which is kind of funny. But anyway, you'll see that some posts are starting to come through. And actually, this is one of the moderators, and she is already talking about future chat topics. So this secondary ELA chat is really great about organizing and planning things. And so, like in this little thing, you can't hardly see it, but it has all of the chat topics all the way to the end of the year, which is really great. So you can plan on participating some and not in some. And so anyway, those are really helpful. And you'll notice that you can actually click on a person's name and you can see if they are following you. It says follows Jennifer Fox 13. That's me. And then if I am following them, that will be blue right there. So I'm following her already. If I want to click on that, that's funny. She replied to her own thing. So that's interesting. But here, I was going to show you something that was maybe a while ago. Maybe last week's chat. You can see how long ago it was. That's 4 days ago. 5. Let's see. I wanted to show you what a conversation looks like here. There's a lot of traffic 6 days ago. Let's see. Well, actually, the chat is about to start. So I'm actually going to, it's 7 o'clock right now. Okay, so you're going to see, here's Bryn Allison, and it comes up in both because I have her in this one and this one. It says, please introduce yourself and tell what and where you teach. Share your blog link if you have one. And I don't have one to share right now. I have one, but I'm not keeping it up. So I'm not actually going to post a reply to her tweet. If I was going to do that, I would do this arrow, but I'm not going to do that because that will just create a big long string on her one tweet right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come over here and say, Jennifer from Bolivar, Mo, teach at, and then I always actually tag my university, future teachers. T's, capital T with an S, is teachers. And then I'm going to make sure and put hashtag secondary ELA, because in everyone, and actually I usually copy that so I can just paste it every time. So then I'm going to show up right there. So it doesn't look like anybody else is here yet. But so Bryn's next thing, and it'll stay right here until she posts something else. Don't forget, use secondary ELA on responses and replies to others. Label your responses with A1, A2, and follow anyone chatting with us. So she's just given us a little friendly reminder about how to interact with the chat, because whenever the first question comes along, it is actually going to say Q1, and then it'll give the question, and then I will respond over here, not on the tweet, but over here with A1, and then with the hashtag. So I usually interact with almost everybody that comes, unless there's just a large number of people. And so if you click on the tweet, you can actually look at it, and you can see any replies or anything that came before or after this. If you like it, it will actually save to your Twitter profile. Let me show you that. And I'm going to go to myself. And whenever you like something, it ends up right here. So if I actually click on my likes, I can see, and it'll give me the most current one first, right there. So if I wanted to see something Virginia posted or anything like that, it would show up right there. So that's why you like something. And I'm actually going to reply to her. And you see it shows up over here. So it automatically mentions her. And then I'm going to say, I'm Virginia and I teach at Paradise High School. I teach ERWC 12 and Abbott. Okay, and I'm going to say, welcome, Virginia. What is ERWC? Not familiar. And then I'm going to do secondary ELA because every single tweet needs to have that. Okay, and if she replies to me, it'll show up over here. And you'll notice that since I was already in the middle of a tweet, it did not advance automatically. And here's her blog. So anytime somebody shares something, Bryn is introducing herself, and I'm going to click on that. Anytime, okay, and there will be lots of things going on at one time, so don't feel overwhelmed because you don't have to keep up with every tweet that is going on. Because if you'll notice over here, you'll see all the ones from Bryn going on. But you can scroll and whatever at your own pace. And so Bryn says to me, welcome back. And I'm going to say, thanks. Good to be here. Ready to learn with everyone. In secondary ELA, don't forget. And then if you want to save, like she has a blog right here. Lots of people share their blogs and so, or share other resources that have links. So if you want to click on that quickly, then that's fine. And if you look at her blog, and I've already looked at her blog a lot, I really like what she writes about. And so if you see that you're like, oh, wow, she does book reviews and all this, and you say, okay, I can't really look at it right now because I'll miss the chat. So I'm just going to go like this and I'm going to favorite it and it'll be saved to my timeline. And I'm going to go back to the chat. Now I see that Virginia right here is telling me she's answering my tweet. And so I'm going to click on it and you'll notice, that it now becomes a string of tweets, right? So she tweeted first, I replied to her, and now here's actually she replied again. It is expository writing. And I'm just going to say thanks, because I always reply, because the interaction is where it is. Okay, so we can see that I'm already 3 minutes behind, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. Josh, semi-lurking as I write a grad paper. I've done that often. Luckily, my is all about Twitter. And so I really am just doing that to connect with him. And you can see Josh's reply and all of that. I already know that I followed Josh, but if I click on him, I can see that again. And he follows me. You can see right there. Okay, so really we're just doing introductions. Julie, been teaching. We're neighbors. Oop. And it is acceptable to do abbreviations and all of that. So don't feel weird about doing that. I know I did at first. So Julie, excited to chat tonight. And I'm just saying, it's good to see you again. And you'll notice that Julie answered it and liked a couple of things. Hi, Optimist 9th grade ELA. Check out our Facebook group. This particular chat also has a very active Facebook group that I'm a part of as well. But not a whole lot of chats have that I know of. Here's Amy. I don't know if I remember her. I might not. Oh, no, I am following her. This will also tell you how many tweets and followers and all that kind of stuff they have as well. About your username and want to share. It's just interesting because God Bold is an interesting username to have. So tonight's format is a little different. You're welcome to ask and answer questions, share best resources to help each other. And so this really is a different Josh answered me about my dissertation thing. So it's just really a conversation, and you decide where you want to interact and where you don't. So it looks like Josh is going to have some questions about using Twitter later. And I'm going to say, I love to answer questions. I have some of my own. So question 1, and so here is where this will come in really handy. So question 1, what questions do you have about teaching reading in your classroom this year? And if I was going to answer this, I would do A1, and then I would answer. And I'm going to say, seeing as though I don't have a classroom this year, I'm here to listen and learn. And that's okay as well. So pretty much I told them that I'm going to be a lurker, which is totally fine. So she said she's feeding her baby some corn, squash, and apple. So I'm going to say, love that multitasking. So part of being in a Twitter chat is not just about the content that you learn. It's about interacting with the people and making those connections. So at least it is for me. Some people aren't maybe as connected as that, but that's part of what I love about Twitter chat. So God Bold, I think it was Andrew was his name. He says, how can I motivate my below grade level students to read? And as you can see, I'm already 4 minutes behind, but see, as I click on that tweet, I show that there are already 3 people who have interacted with him. So my students love using Twitter to connect with authors. So she's already giving him some ideas. Have you read anything by Penny Kittle or Donalyn Miller? It's really her name, Donalyn Miller. Both offer compelling suggestions to get kids to love reading. Those are excellent. Kelly Gallagher. I totally agree with Kelly Gallagher. And if you notice, whenever I did a reply to a tweet that was within the stream, it actually automatically mentions all of the people that are already in the conversation. So I have 2 choices. I can either leave them there and it will actually mention them and notify them again, or if I really only want to reply to Georgia Parker, who's right here, then I can just delete all of those and say, Kelly Gallagher is the best. Love his, I'm trying to think of his book now. What is it called? I used it in a class. I can't remember right this second and I don't have time to look it up. So I'm just going to agree with her there and tweet that, and it will be in a reply to her. So regular quiet time. So this is just the conversation that they're having. And again, mine continue to show up in this notification. And as you can see, question 2 has already come through. This chat actually goes by pretty quickly because it's only 30 minutes long. A lot of them are an hour long, but this one is not. So question 2, what questions do you have about teaching writing in your classroom? So anyway, those are the nuts and the bolts of participating in this chat. As you'll notice, people continue to come into the chat. They introduce themselves. They ask questions. This one it looks like there might be 10 or 12 different people in this chat. So anyway, if you want to go and look at this chat, you can go and look at it. It's on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock Central Time. If you want to see what another kind of chat that you would like to participate in, there is actually a whole website for educational Twitter chats. And if you just Google Twitter chats or educational chat calendar, you'll be able to see all of the different Twitter chats that go on. So like on Tuesdays, there is this one. Actually, all of these go on Tuesdays, and this is in the Central Time Zone. And so any of these going on. So here's the one we're participating in right now. There's 5th grade teachers, there's ELA, there's project-based learning, professors, higher ed, all these 6th grade teachers. So you can go here and you can pick one you want to do, and you can look up how active it is and all of that. So I hope this video is not too long, but it's helped you to really understand how to interact in a Twitter chat so you can be successful at yours.